Hello, Lena. Welcome once again to Bafunde Academy. You know what? We're finalizing the topic, the 10 commandments. And actually, this is the last commandment that we're going to talk about in this session. And this is going to mark the end of the topic, the 10 commandments, as we usher in another interesting topic, which we'll look at in our next session. So the last one is loving your neighbor as yourself. The other one is loving God. This one is loving your neighbor as yourself. So we all have neighbors, and we have neighbors both in school and even at home. So as neighbors, we need to love them as we love ourselves. A neighbor can be anybody you know so well, somebody who stays around you, can as well be anybody who you don't even know, someone whom you've never met or you've just met at that moment and needs your help. So someone who needs your help or who may be kind and friendly to you is your neighbor. So we may also say, or rather we can also say that is someone who lives next to you, that person who always passes by your door every morning, goes to brush shoes or maybe to brush their teeth, to bathe. These people are your neighbors. So someone from a neighboring country or from a far country, neighboring country like Uganda and Tanzania, those people are our neighbors. Then we have those people from those farther continents like USA and all those other far countries. Those are also our neighbors. So these are all our brothers and sisters. So what are we expected to do to them? The Bible teaches that we should love them and we should not hate them at any point. Remember, we learned about the effects of hate could lead to things like murder. So in Luke 10:25 verse 25 all the way to 37, we read the story of the Good Samaritan. The story is about an injured man who was injured on his way when he was walking along the way. And it happened that on the same road, a priest passed by and saw him but never helped him. After some time, then another person who is a Levite passed by, and he never also helped this man who was injured. Then finally, a Samaritan passed by, and this Samaritan was able to put this person on his donkey and even take this person to the place to be treated, and took him home and even gave him some money to go with. So this person was a good Samaritan, and he was a good neighbor to the person who was injured because he was able to help him when this person was in need. Jesus wants us to show love to our neighbors. Loving our neighbors involves sacrifices. It involves forsaking our own things or forsaking that which we love for the sake of other people. The Good Samaritan was a good neighbor because he was able to sacrifice his comfort from where he was going to. He was able to sacrifice his finances so that he may treat this person. He was able to sacrifice his time to help this person to get well so that he could be like him. So he was a good Samaritan, and at the same time, he was a good neighbor. The Bible says that when we love our neighbors, we would do to them what is good or what is best. We would not want to hurt them. We would not want to harm them. We would not want anything bad to happen to them. Rather, we would do that which is good to them. We would not wish that any harm would come to them or any loss would come to them. We would not want any of such things to happen. So in this sense, we would not break the commandment of God that guides us to live at peace with other people. That is a commandment that says, live with one another at peace. That is, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So loving our neighbors means obeying the last 6 set of commandments. We've already talked about them and we've finished all of them. So when we love our neighbors, we are obeying the whole law of God. Therefore, we should wish well those who meet us in our day-to-day life. Whatsoever the person, whether the person is a passerby, whether the person is your neighbor in class, in school, we're supposed to be working out for the good of them, not for the bad of them. Whatever that comes our way, should be responsible and take care of our neighbors, love them, and in case somebody has no food to eat, provide for them if you're able to. Another pencil, give them. This person lacks something, provide for them, and God will bless us all. I hope you've learned something about this topic. We have this last session marks the end of this topic. I hope you've understood what it means to be a child of God. It means keeping the commandments of God and living for them all through your lives. This is what God expects from us. And that is why he gave us these commandments so that we can live by them and allow these commandments to guide us all the way. Should you be having any question regarding this commandment that we've talked about now, or any other commandment that we've talked about in our previous sessions, you're allowed to head over to a discussion forum, ask the question, add any comment, add anything that you found that you could not understand well, and we're going to explain and we're going to learn together and get a better understanding of what is expected of us as students. So thank you for staying tuned. See you in our next session as we begin a new topic. Thank you.